All right. Well, welcome to whatever this show is, Death Battle Cast. We're the cast and crew of Death Battle and beyond. I'm Ben, voice of Wiz in the Death Battle show, joined by Chad.
Hi,
voice of
I'm
Boomstick.
Chad. I play Boomstick.
What's up, Chad? Long time no see. Full.
It's been a whole maybe 12 hours, if even.
Yep. And Billy.
Hi, I'm
voice of
Billy,
Ringmaster.
part of the Beyond. Yeah, that's me.
Yes. From you know him from DBX and whatnot.
I shout a lot. Yeah.
Sorry for cutting you off, Kayla. We got Kayla.
I'm Kayla. I work in sales.
That's all. That's all.
That's it. That's
not
all
all.
I do. I
And
only
that's
work
it.
in sales and nothing else.
But we have to know, who is Kayla Milton?
Like I said, I work in sales. Sometimes I do guesting on our shows and podcasts like this one, and sometimes I host my own podcast, which is called No Dumb Answers with Mark and Brad, which can also be found on the Rooster Teeth website and wherever you find audio podcasts.
That
but
sounds
there we go.
familiar.
Yeah.
We had Zoe on the show.
I love Zoe.
3 weeks ago.
I think it was
whatever.
2 or 3 weeks ago.
Yeah, from the same show.
Yeah, yeah. She also hosts on it.
So if she didn't convince you to go check out No Dumb Answers with Mark and Brad, then it's Kayla's turn to convince you. Go do it.
Yeah,
Yes.
I'm very convincing. That's why I work in sales.
Exactly.
I'll be.
Exactly.
You have my favorite intro, I think, of any guest ever. I am Kayla, and I work in
I work in
sales.
sales. It's a good bit. It's a good bit because I do work in sales, and it's just my honest truth, and I love it so much. It's great. It's fantastic.
If you guys are watching and you're like, what does that mean? All the sponsors and things that we tell you about and the money that they bring in so that we can keep making the shows that you guys like to watch. So it's very important, and we love our sales team.
Oh yeah, so stressful. So stressful. Just like, we're gonna get sponsors for all of our shows. We're gonna get make sure the ad reads are done correctly, and we're gonna make sure that it's brands that you guys tolerate at the minimum. And that's my job. So every time you get mad that there's a third ad read on your favorite podcast, just think of my smiling face and know that it's keeping everybody getting their paychecks biweekly.
There you go.
Kayla, thank you for keeping us alive.
Yeah.
Keeping the lights on.
That's what your job title should be.
Yeah.
The person who keeps everyone else alive.
Yeah, that's on my LinkedIn. It just says Kayla Milton, Rooster Teeth, 3 years, 2 months, keeping the lights on.
Perfect. All right. Well, as always, we have a matchup to get into, as requested by Kayla, I believe, right?
It was me.
Yep. So if you don't like it, you know who to blame. No.
Man, we're just really putting a lot of pressure on Kayla.
But last week we had an iconic space cowboy duel between Spike Spiegel and Gene Starwind. But today we're diving into the darkness with a fatal battle of fiends. With a demon versus a vampire. It's Raven from Teen Titans versus Marceline from Adventure Time.
Ooh.
There we go.
Yes.
A matchup that I hadn't thought of, mainly because I haven't really seen Adventure Time. But Kayla, why this matchup? What is this matchup?
Okay, so first and foremost, I'm gay. So obviously I was like, Marceline, bring her in. Second of all, I'm gay, so I was like, Raven, Teen Titans, absolutely bring her in. Third, I was like, aesthetically, gray skin, dark shadow powers, bring them in. That was
that's
the
pretty
extent.
good.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, and then of course the C was they're all Daddy Warner properties, so that felt safe to use.
Hey, synergy.
Always thinking about legal.
There you go.
Sales for you.
Well, we would have been shut down long ago.
I just want to make it easier for you, as easy as possible.
My favorite thing about Death Battle is every time we bring in someone new to our legal team, and they're like, "The show does what?" And we're just like,
"We
can't touch it."
We violently moita people from IPs that we may or may not own. Is that cool?
It's educational, Kayla.
Yeah,
educational.
It's free. Was it free use or whatever?
Yeah.
We teach people how black holes work sometimes.
That's true.
It's edutainment.
That's about it.
Yeah.
I know we got to
That's
get
just that.
We've had college professors reach out to us and ask for our scripts so they could use it as the example of a fun way to write a research paper.
That's so cool. I love that.
Yeah, so see, we're teaching.
Like 3 times in 10 years, yeah.
That's more than I've ever been asked to use an example for research paper, so that's pretty impressive, if you ask me.
There we go.
All right, well, as always, here's how this is going to work. Billy is going to be arguing for Marceline. I will be repping Raven, which is interesting because last time Raven was on the show, I was repping against Raven.
Oh.
So a complete heel swap. But it's our job to convince the jury to vote for our respective character through any means necessary. The jury consists of 3 seats. That's Chad, that's Kayla, and that's you. Everybody watching this live and in the chat.
Wednesday.
But this isn't a courtroom. Exactly. Well, this isn't a courtroom. We're all part of the conversation, which means Chad, Kayla, jump in whenever you want. Everybody in the chat, jump in whenever you want. I'm looking at it right over here. We want to know what everybody thinks, right? And then we will figure out who wins the battle between Raven and Marceline. All right.
Amazing.
So we're going to begin with opening statements. Billy, I'm going to leave it up to you. Do you want to go first or do you want me to go first?
Ben, you take it first. I'll go second.
Let's go to Raven.
Can Ben
60
get a
seconds
win?
on the clock.
Let's.
Yeah, that's what this is basically going to be. I have been consistently stuck with the losers for a while now.
Oh no.
But let's begin. All right. Even if we're just sticking with the Teen Titans cartoon timeline, Raven has this no problem. She's easily the most powerful Titan and capable of countering threats that could destroy the entire planet. Her basic powers include so much. Teleportation, telekinesis, creating force fields, projecting her soul as the astral soul self, which is a giant shadow bird, because sure. She can envelop herself within the soul self and like phase through walls and stuff like that. She's a sorcerer, so she knows all sorts of spells, flight, even creating interdimensional portals. But her deadliest magic is probably her empath power. She can literally manipulate the emotions of anybody around her, and changing their perspective on whatever's happening, and somehow also read minds, because sure. But frankly, after spending so many weeks defending pathetic losers, I'm just excited to have an absolute, no question, 100% surefire guaranteed win. About time.
There you go. Ben, I would like to point out that right as I said, let's see if Ben can get a win, Caden at that exact moment is in the chat and said, everyone vote for Marcy so Ben loses.
Thank you, Caden.
No!
And then she's continuing the campaign. There's been multiple comments. So.
That was money well spent. What that is.
Why would you bring that up? Why would you bring that up and make it like in the show too? Oh no!
Because I don't have to defend a character this week, so I just get to be a dick.
I also like Chad also brought up a amazing point that both of them also have demon dads who are shitty.
Oh yeah,
which
for sure.
is
They've got a lot in common.
Yeah, they have a lot in common, I think.
Well,
I'm ready for my
Billy,
my half of this.
Let's jump
We got
into
60
your
seconds
argument.
up there. What can I say? Marceline the Vampire Queen is a 1,000-year-old half-human, half-demon daughter of the deathless primordial Lord of the Nightosphere, Hudson Abadir, who shares his gray skin tone and the ability to rip souls from other beings, leaving them rambling, empty husks. She grew up as a post-apocalyptic survivor of the Great Mushroom War. Hunting vampires as a teenager, she eventually killed and absorbed the entire court of the Vampire King, gaining their powers of flight, invisibility, rapid regeneration, transformation, transmutation, telekinesis, pyrokinesis, mind control, necromancy, speed, strength, agility, extreme resistance, cold, and fire. It goes on from there. Her traumatic past leads her to wear her passions on her sleeve, which is seen in her rocky romantic relationship with the warlord dictator Princess Bubblegum, but she channels that into her abilities as an expert bass player and vocalist, which you wouldn't think is applicable, but da-da-da-da-da, she's gonna bury Raven in the ground. Ba-da-ba-ba-da, she's gonna bury Raven with her sound. She's gonna suck the red from that pretty red little gem, because she eats red. She eats red and drains it of life and vitality, making it so she can regenerate on the field using something Raven carries with her at all times. I rest my case.
Oh, man.
So after I got blown back in my chair from the start of that, Ben's still backwards. I think all of us went, whoa!
That's pretty convincing,
Wow.
if you ask me. Oh my god.
That was...
Sorry, I only caught like maybe 5% of that.
Billy came out the gate at 11?
Yeah.
Listen,
There was a song?
I saw the purple, and Marceline needed what she could get because I think Marceline takes this.
Oh my gosh!
Wow.
The performance aspect of it, man. There was a brief moment there where I was just like, yeah, I would vote for Marceline. No, stop.
Yeah, I mean, I will say, amazing song, amazing lyrics. I do like the fact that you did bring up the fact that her girlfriend is a war criminal. I don't think we talk about it enough.
No,
war criminal / dictator is very true. We don't talk about it enough. These are all very good points that you've made today.
Okay, well, someone approves.
Yeah.
Okay, hang on. Look, I don't know anything about Marceline, frankly, but like, has she ever defeated anybody who could destroy the whole planet? It's like that's kind of Raven's big claim to fame.
She was definitely instrumental in the fight against Golb, which is a multiversal destroyer that almost ended the life of on U after the apocalypse. So
that's true.
I would like to go back to the red thing.
Yeah.
She just eats red.
Yeah, she drinks the color red. She doesn't drink blood. She drinks the color red.
Mm-hmm. She could drink blood if she wants, but she just needs red from it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, Raven carries a little bit of red on her belt.
And
whatever.
Her forehead.
Oh.
Yeah, remind me. What's the whole?
I can't remember in Teen Titans, the original series, if that gem is as instrumental as it is in Go, because in Go it keeps her demon side in check.
Yeah.
Yeah, but wouldn't that just be real bad for Marceline?
Not necessarily, because I think she'd be able to take Demon Raven.
Does she eat the color red or whatever the red object is?
Yeah, what happens to the object when the color goes away?
Yeah, the color goes away in cases where it's been a living or sentient being kind of thing. It's kind of seemed like it drained it, like her soul sucking ability.
Yeah,
but I'm not sure what to do in this instance, to be honest.
Okay, well, if it's a gem, then she would just get the color.
Yeah,
right.
But all the magic would remain.
Potentially, yep.
Potentially.
I'm looking into the chat.
I've seen her
to clarify once it catches up.
Well, she has in the past. She's sucked the red from rubies. We've seen her do that before, and it remains physically still a gem. It is just now gray.
Clear.
Yeah.
Or gray, I guess. Yeah. Okay.
But it's still physically a ruby,
right? Assuming that wouldn't mess with the power of it, which, I mean, we don't really know. I don't think that the original series goes over what that gem does.
Ooh, Remnock says her demon form is red.
Uh-oh.
Well, there you go.
She's not gonna have to rely on her demon form because she's mastered her white form, so she can just jump into that and have full power.
Okay.
No problem. Also, I don't think there's any red whatsoever in the white form. So
that's true. I mean, she just needs red in the environment.
The gem might still be there.
At this point, red is just stamina regeneration. If she's taken a beating. Which she might be able to. But the thing is, Raven.
Are we just talking about what she eats for lunch? Is that what we're talking about right now?
I got us talking about lunch. Yes.
I mean, it is noon over here. We all want some lunch, but
we're a little hungry.
But I mean, the thing is, Raven takes a serious blow. She's out if it's bad enough. Most likely, you can cut Marceline in half. I've got proof of this. If Brian's got the clip for regeneration,
there you go.
Brian,
you can total Marceline and she'll regenerate.
Yeah.
Billy.
Oh, here we go.
Whoop. No problem.
Okay.
Then a little tummy pat.
I just want to point out.
Yeah.
Yesterday, I was talking to Billy and he was like, I mentioned, I gotta make sure I get all my research ready for Raven. And Billy was like, oh, you don't have to worry about doing too much. Because, like, I don't know enough about Marceline, so I'm not going to have a lot to work with. And then he comes out with fucking clips, like video proof.
I mean, Ben, you did start this off by any means necessary to convince the jury. So
it is true. It is true.
He's a little deceitful when he told you.
Someone's been playing the game since.
Yeah. It was called stacking the deck. And that's
all right. It's all right, though, because, like, it's still a pretty one-sided matchup. Raven's totally still got this. I mean, great. She can heal herself from getting cut in half by just a sword. Okay. Raven's got crazy powerful magic that could obliterate her in a second. Also, probably just break her mind with the empath abilities. Plus, Raven has healing magic, too. That can automatically heal her at any point. She can control it, or it's just an automatic thing.
See, the thing about Raven's magic is she needs to be able to say the words to cast most of that. I think a little bit of it can happen automatically. But generally,
she's able to do it non-verbally. She practiced that.
Is that
especially with
too?
healing magic? Mm-hmm.
Okay.
She practices non-verbal magic.
Right.
She does have her like catchphrase and whatnot for like the big powerful stuff.
Yeah.
But generally speaking, she's learned how to do a lot of non-verbal stuff, especially in the white form. And the healing magic doesn't require anything like that.
Sure, that makes sense. And same goes for Marceline. However, she regenerates automatically as a result of the vampire power she absorbed. So
I do have one question though. I feel like so Raven's powers are shadow based, and I'm assuming demonic hell demon based. So where does that fall in the category of Marceline's ability to soul suck?
It's an interesting question because in the show she's been shown to be able to soul suck pretty much anything, much like her father. The only time it didn't work was when Hunson Abadira tried to suck the soul of Orglord, which is a similar being to him in terms of power scale, shaped like a penguin. He could not do it, claiming it was the most evil thing he had ever encountered. That was the only time, and it wasn't shown that he couldn't do it so much that it rejected him. And he did try again, and he said, forget it.
Great. Okay. There's a couple things.
Because I feel like the demon thing would then really counteract that.
Well, maybe the demon, even if the demon thing doesn't, the soul self does. Because we actually explored this when we did Raven versus Twilight Sparkle way back when. Chad, I don't know if you remember this, but Twilight has the power to turn people into plants.
Yeah, so I remember.
We were like, what happens if she turns Raven into a plant? The soul self still possesses her soul, so she's able to still like do magic and revert herself using the soul self. So
does that stop her from being able to have her soul just sucked into nothing? Like the soul is attacked directly rather than the body.
Yeah, but the soul self still exists separately. It's a separate entity.
So she pulls the soul out of her body, and it still maintains itself. Is what even
and can attack things.
It's a separate entity that includes herself.
That's sort of what she did when she absorbed the Vampire King himself. He was a giant cloud essentially, and she pulled it in, took his powers, and he's now, I think, essentially sentient but not active inside of her.
Yeah,
he's just kind of inside of her, and she's got his powers too. So I think that personally, she steals Raven's powers and is now Raven Marceline.
Oh,
yeah,
a Piccolo situation.
How does she do this though? Does she have to like bite her?
No,
like,
she just goes.
Yep.
She inhales.
Right? Did I give you a gift with the soul suck? I mean, it's not really
basically. Basically, this is coming down to can Marceline eat Raven?
Can Marceline give Raven the suck? Is that the?
Yeah,
is that
it's
just that. Yeah, that's your daddy.
Yeah,
he's a nice guy.
Okay,
that's a good point actually. Seconds.
That's Pinar.
Like, 2 seconds maybe.
Okay.
I would like
Raven's
to point out,
to avoid it.
Having seen Hunson Abadir, I want to point out one other thing that Marceline has on Raven, which is a working relationship with her father, who is a demon.
They did patch that up. They did patch it up at the end.
Trigon is the second-rate devil of a knockoff hell, trying to expand his domain where nobody wants him, and he was beaten by teenagers. Hunson Abadir is the lord of a chaos realm, bustling with life, and the worst torture known to man, which is arbitrary bureaucracy and a preponderance of lines. And no cutting is allowed. Also, they ruin bananas for anyone that goes there. So, if you like potassium, you're fucked. Sorry, you're screwed.
No, that's fine.
You can say fuck.
I forgot what audience
fuck all the time
here. Yeah, fuck.
You can say fuck, but we cannot sell dick pills. Is what we've learned.
So I definitely know what you're talking about. I have no fucking idea what you just said.
But words came out of my mouth.
All right, look. So she's got a working relationship with her father. That's great. That's awesome. That's fantastic. There was no way Raven was ever going to have a working relationship with fucking Satan. So I think it's a testament that she was able to remove that relationship from her life and move past it and become her own person and find her own family. I think that's a very powerful thing in and of itself. It and very important to consider.
Yeah.
So
I want to point out one other thing in the Teen Titans versus Teen Titans Go movie, the crossover film. Trigon is resurrected and subjected to multiple occasions of demeaning and debasing behavior by the people from the jerk-ass universe of Teen Titans Go. And he's eventually swallowed whole and absorbed by the Trigon from the joke universe, meaning that in a battle against a comedic, goofy universe, Trigon and I would assume the Teen Titans in general are at a disadvantage, which works out in my favor.
Way to go. That was good.
That's true.
But we don't talk about Teen Titans Go.
Oh, no, we don't. But I did.
Also, I would like to point out that
I only
we
talk
have
about Teen Titans Go.
Yeah.
Oh no.
We have created a monster with Kaden. She has been campaigning against Ben this entire time in the chat.
What?
Kaden,
no.
Like she is very insistent that you should
Oh my
lose,
God.
Ben, and that Marcy
Caden's
should win.
performance last week,
This
by
is
the way,
terrible.
was a big part of why I wanted to go into this strong, because that was wonderful. So
Yeah,
Man, I've
but yeah,
severely
guys,
underestimated so much of this episode.
This is very.
if you guys watch this on VOD or YouTube or wherever, seriously, come watch live. You guys can watch. It's free. You just head to Rooster Teeth. You can check it on the app. You can go to roosterteeth.com/live. Wednesday is 12 Central. It's a lot of fun. We always we get some good stuff with the chat, and it's really fun time. So go do that.
Chat's
accounts are
really,
free.
chat's
Real
really
quick,
going off.
I didn't mention it at the top of the show. I need to mention it. We will have a sneak peek for the upcoming death battle, Blake versus Mikasa, in a little bit. So stay tuned for that.
Ooh.
I'm sure some people were asking about that in the chat and just didn't see it, but that'll be coming up soon. All right.
Yep.
Hey, it's 2021 and it's finally totally normal to talk about our mental health. Well, it's kind of always been, but it's getting, to be a much more standard thing, which is a good thing because going getting therapy and mental health is like going to the gym for your brain, not your muscles, because your brain's your brain muscle. And it's a good thing to do it. And I could not recommend it enough, because just taking care of your mind is what's going to make you a better person. Have more better people in the world is definitely a good thing. And BetterHelp is here to help you do that, because BetterHelp is customized online therapy that offers video, phone, and even live chat sessions with your therapist. So you don't have to see anyone on camera if you don't want to. It's a more affordable way than in-person therapy, and you can start communicating with your therapist in under 48 hours. Join the millions of people that are seeing what therapy is really all about, because you are your greatest asset, so you might as well take care of yourself, okay? So, this podcast is sponsored by BetterHelp, and Death Battle Cast listeners get 10% off their first month at betterhelp.com/cast. That's BETTERHELP.com/cast. So, go give it a look, take care of your brain, because your brain takes care of you. BetterHelp. Do it.
I've been letting you talk for a while, Billy.
And I
Let me
appreciate
dive
that.
into what Raven's really got going on here. So there's three main things I want to cover. One, okay, Marceline may have some really good techniques or whatever. She's not going to be able to hit Raven. Raven's too fast for her. So Raven can tag Kid Flash. Kid Flash is just there, and Raven's able to keep up with him in combat. Raven obviously can't run as fast as Kid Flash, but she can fight on that level. Kid Flash was fast enough to run from France, from California to France and back to California in 2 seconds in his first episode. Which comes out to about 20% the speed of light, which Raven can tag.
Oh, you said Kid Flash. Oh God, for a second, I thought you said Raven did that. I was like, how in the what? Like, okay,
well, if
And
you
also
recall,
why?
the Soul Self can also move that fast.
Yeah, the Soul Self
because
super
we
quick.
did record that the Soul Self can move incredibly fast as well, which is something else to consider. Does Marceline have a second entity that can tag team? I don't think so. So Raven's fighting on one side, the Soul Self is fighting on the other, and the Soul Self can become intangible. It can just say no to attacks and phase through it. It can turn Raven intangible, so it can say no to attacks and just phase through walls, phase through fire, phase through anything.
But
So
can it phase
She
the
can be
suck?
kind of invincible in that way.
Phase the suck.
She can teleport with it. So even if Marceline starts sucking at her, Raven can just teleport behind her. Easy as that. And of course, she one-shotted Trigon, basically, who simply by existing could destroy the whole planet. So Trigon by himself, he wasn't at full power when Raven destroyed him, but or defeated him, but he's far beyond a planet level threat. And Raven was able to single-handedly take care of him in her White Raven form, which gives her perfect control over all of her powers. Both connected to Hell through Trigon and Azarath. Yes, I know these things. Which is basically heaven dimension, sort of. It's a little weird. But she can also just transport the fight over to Azarath at any point. Which, as far as I'm aware, Azarath is like 100% always covered in sunlight.
Oh shit!
Which is Marceline's weakness, which we haven't really brought up.
That's her only weakness.
No, I wasn't gonna bring it up.
That's pretty
Marceline is weak to sunlight.
Yeah.
And Raven does have darkness powers. Yes, her powers over darkness, but she can undarken things to bring in light.
Mhm.
So at any point, she could just ray of sun Marceline, make sure that the sun's hitting her. And even if the sun isn't out wherever they're at, she can bring the fight to a place that has sunlight.
But would she know to do that?
The second that sunlight hits Marceline, she would. Also, she's an empath who can read minds.
Yeah, I'll give you that.
She'll be able to figure it out.
Oh, yeah, that's
She's also
true.
got a bunch of vampire stuff, so there's not really a debate there. In my opinion, that's true. She'll figure out she's a vampire.
I feel like Raven's had enough experience with fiends and undead and that kind of stuff that the second she sees Marceline, she'll go, "Oh, vampire? Let's try out some things."
Yeah. The thing is that direct sunlight is the only thing that affects her. She's been out in the daylight with a big sun cap with SPF, I think 10 million.
Yeah.
Just like in shade, it's like she feels like it's like scraping a knee or something like that. But it doesn't kill her if it's indirect. It needs to be direct, and it doesn't kill her instantly. When she was exposed to sunlight directly early on in the series, she kind of shriveled up, but it didn't kill her, and eventually she just turned into mist and then retreated to someplace that was dark. Like she was still able to move. She was actually faking that she was dying from it more dramatically to get Jake to leave her alone.
That's fine. I do want to emphasize the fact that my point of bringing up sunlight isn't that that's how Raven would kill her. Raven would win just by blasting her with magic and it'd be over. Like, she could blow up Trigon and beat him. So, like, bang, it's over. One shot. Easy.
I think she would need a lot of magic to do it. Like, because of the regeneration and the ability to transform herself as much as she does, you'd have to just completely obliterate her. Like, she's also very fast. I think that clipping a Flash is not as big a feat as it might sound like it is. They are prone to running into things they should not hit. But I will admit, she's very fast. Marceline is also incredibly quick. She's moved at faster than a camera can capture, at least, killing vampires multiple times, all dead in one little go. So I don't know if it scales to quite the same level as hitting a Flash, but she's also very quick. I don't think that Raven would have a complete advantage on her there.
But what's her suck speed?
That is what truly matters here, right? Can she suck faster? Jesus.
Did she suck faster than light? Is that what you're gonna?
Can she suck faster than
faster
light?
than the speed of light?
I'm gonna guess no.
Faster than 20% the speed of light.
Yo, girl.
Also,
I suck faster than light.
I think it's worth noting that while she has more emotional outbursts than Raven, like outwardly, she's more in touch with herself to some degree than Raven. Like Raven, when she loses control, completely loses control in at least mid-season.
Sorry, hang on. Hayden. What? Why?
What?
Sorry, Ben. That's not really that scientific. And you also didn't have a really cool song. I'm sorry.
Oh yeah, Caden's been stirring the pot. Somebody else was like, "Yeah, well, does Raven have a guitar?"
Yeah.
It was Afterlife.
That's true, and the guitar that Marceline has is the family battle axe that she's converted into a bass.
That's true.
So it brings a weapon and a musical instrument to the fight.
I'm hurt. I'm emotionally scarred from this. This is terrible.
I mean, I feel like you both have made some really good arguments.
Yeah.
If you guys are convinced, if you guys are watching on desktop, you can just click the box to vote for what you want for. But if you guys are watching on mobile, use #1 to vote for Raven or #2 to vote for Marceline. I've already voted. I voted a while ago.
Oh gosh. Okay. Look, I don't know that much about Marceline, so I'm gonna have to lean on you, Kayla. Do you think that we've sort of gone through these characters enough, or do you think there's something we need to still bring up? Something you wanted to talk about?
I feel like, I don't know, to me personally, I feel like it's still pretty evenly matched, only because we found out that sunlight doesn't kill her, which is crazy, considering that she is a vampire. But Raven also has magic powers, but I feel like Marceline has like shooty magic powers too. So I feel like if it was like a magic fight directly, they'd be pretty evenly matched. But I don't know how to scale Teen Titans Big Bad or Raven's Big Bad versus like End of the World Apocalypse Marceline helping save the world from the apocalypse Big Bad. And I feel like they both have fought apocalyptic characters and succeeded. And I don't know, Chad, do you have any thoughts?
No, I just think this has been really fun. I think Ben made a couple really good points with the sunlight teleportation, and we all know how strong Raven is. For me, it comes down to I'm gonna say it again. Can she suck faster than Raven can kill her?
She can also transmute other beings. I believe she rolls up Finn's arms like a fruit roll up at some point. Like just
I want to reiterate, because it feels like a lot of Raven's powers are getting passed over here.
Okay.
The soul self makes her intangible. She can just phase through anything. So it doesn't matter how fast she can suck.
but it's so okay, the intangible part's weird because it's like, I guess, but is it actual, like, is it wind? Like that, she's like literally inhaling so fast?
Or is it some kind of magic? Is it
like some kind of magic, like, because I'm a vampire and because that I feel would be different. Because like she sucked up Cloud Guy, right?
Yeah.
It's hard. Yeah. So there's that, but then the teleporting to the sun. And then the other thing that I'm curious about is, has Marceline ever resisted any kind of mind control?
Well, she does have mind control related powers because of the Vampire King, so I assume that in a direct assault she'd be able to do it. I don't know if there's a direct feat, though. I can't say.
Because I'm just wondering if Raven could make her not care to fight, and then Raven would just destroy her.
I think that would be a tall order, given that...
It's less mind control and more emotion control.
Mm-hmm.
She could make Marceline... lethargic and just like you said, not care and just stop thinking about the fight. So I don't know if that necessarily counts as the same thing as mind control per se. I'd have to look into that. I think we did for Raven Twilight, and I can't remember what we sort of came to the conclusion.
I think that would not to go against my own character. I think that would be a pretty good strong attack, is making her lethargic. She wouldn't probably be used to that kind of sensation.
See, I win. It's over.
The chat says Marceline can also become intangible.
That is true.
Well, fine.
So
anything she can do.
Wisps. Yeah, they're very similar. I don't know what to say.
Yep.
We should actually do this death battle.
This is actually a really good.
When I was digging into it a little bit to do this, I was like, wow, it's amazing how much they have in common. You wouldn't think it. You think it's just a vampire versus Raven, and they've got a lot in common.
Yeah, once you get to the daddy issues, the similarities just keep on coming. It's crazy.
Really good pick, Kayla. Oh my god. I thought it was just going to be like, Raven's going to
I appreciate
smack her down. It's over.
Well,
I appreciate this pick very much.
Yeah,
go ahead.
Oh, please. No, sorry. No, I was going to say, I think it's just because, like, when I think about, like, all of the Marceline arcs in, like, Adventure Time, it's like, she had, like, a whole 5-episode thing that they did where she's just, like, absorbing and fighting these, like, insanely powerful like vampires, like, again, because she like she gives up her vampire powers at one point and then they like remanifest into like the bad guys that they were, and she has to like retake them down as like a mortal. And I feel like, again, it's hard to scale all of that versus all of the Raven stuff, only because I feel like maybe it's because not to metagame, but because Raven's character has been around so long, they have to keep power scaling her to like keep up with like the DC universe antics. Yeah, I don't know.
Well, we were specifically, I don't even, we clarified, maybe we didn't clarify this. I was only sticking to Teen Titans Raven. I didn't even bother looking into the comics, because I know because we did look into that for Death Metal way back, and I know comic book Raven has some crazy shit.
She's like God, right? Like, not God, but a God.
Yeah, at a certain point, she reaches that sort of level. Yeah, and that goes into what you were saying about the like scaling with the other DC characters. Ugh, like any kind of comic book character has a lot of that going on, and it's rough. It's rough sometimes.
I feel like I feel like, oh man, I don't know. Honestly, it could come down to hey, what does the jewels that Raven have on her do? Because that was my immediate thought was like, if she sucks the red from the jewels, I think she gets the power. So
wait, so she gets power from the soul suck and from the red suck?
The red suck.
The soul suck
is
different than the
soul suck, right?
I think they're related but unrelated. I think that there's two different expressions of the same thing. The red is for feeding as well as stamina regeneration, and the soul suck is actually pulling. That's her natural ability from being a demon.
If I recall, and I could be wrong about this, so chat, let me know. But I believe the red gem that she has is a focus. It's not necessarily any source of her
It's not
power.
like in Go, right? Yeah.
In fact, I don't actually know if Marceline could copy her power, because Raven specifically gets her power from places. It's not technically inherent to her. She gets her power from Hell and from Azeroth. So maybe she could take her connection, like copy her connection to Hell and Azeroth, but like I don't know if that's how the power works. But Raven at her core is a sorceress, right? Like she's using magic drawn from different places. It's not necessarily like from her. She's not a Dragon Ball character. She's not making the magic herself.
I have things I need to talk about as soon as if Brian, let me know when you can pull that up. CSL Muramasa in the chat dropped a GIF of, he said it's this is Marcy's soul suck speed, but the way it's animated makes me bring up a real interesting question. Okay,
this is the final thing because we do need to get to that sneak peek.
Yes,
let's check this out.
Okay, so watch this. Here's the interesting thing. The moment that the soul begins to leave the body, it freezes and starts to decay. So the whole soul doesn't even need to be like, it's like the moment it begins, it's not even to her yet, and the creature immediately is feeling the effects of it.
And
okay, but the creature's not dead.
It doesn't die immediately, but like watch, you'll see like, all right, Sucky begins. It's not. It's art like the soul
looped. Okay,
right. Yeah.
Okay.
So her jumping on the creature was before that, and then it throws her back.
Got it.
So yeah, so basically she begins, and that was just her as a child. She just begins to suck the soul, and then it just instantly is like, and starts decaying before like. So does that like if she just begins her soul suck, does that prevent Raven? Like Raven's already screwed before she can't react.
20% the speed of light. She can teleport away from that. All right. I think
can also teleport.
A good way to wrap this up. All right, so everyone spend some time thinking about how you'll vote. Definitely for Raven, right? Caden, please stop. And we'll come right back to this. Right now, it's time to find out what's going on.
It says, Ben, does Raven have a girlfriend? Don't think so.
Okay. Hey, so two things I want to cover. First, we got a sneak peek to show off for the upcoming episode, Death Metal episode of Blake versus Mikasa. Let's go ahead and show that to the world.
Hey! Civilians were supposed to evacuate this area hours ago! Get the hell out of here! They're coming! You deaf? I said get the hell! Leave me alone!
Oh man, it looks so
Chad,
good.
It looks sick.
Can you believe it? The dates are right.
Oh my god,
Spelled
really?
correctly.
I didn't even notice.
Wait, let me double check. Yes, they are right. We did it.
Way to go, Sam. You
Look
did
at
it.
that.
Yeah.
May 2nd, May 3rd. It's correct. Finally. All right. And Blake versus Mikasa. We are so excited to share this episode with you all. This is Josh's first episode to direct for this year. He's been having a blast, like bringing it all together, capturing, the style of Ruby and the style of Attack on Titan, which just ended. The manga just ended. We totally timed that out perfectly, right? That was totally our plan. Absolutely.
Yeah, it's all about SEO.
Exactly. Well, we knew Attack on Titan was going to end at some point this year, but we weren't exactly sure when. So it kind of worked out really well. But we were keeping track of are keeping an eye on how Mika's story wrapped up. Although there aren't going to be, as far as I'm aware, there aren't going to be any major spoilers within the episode. Might have to double check with Josh on that one though. But we never voiced anything that was a major spoiler, Chad and I. So you should be good if you haven't read through the whole thing.
He's like, I don't know, but we voiced that like a couple months ago. That's long gone in my brain.
Yep. But
we're talking about
anything.
We're talking about the manga specifically here. The anime still got the second core to come. Yeah.
Yes, the anime is still going on, but it is the last season of the anime.
Yep.
Wrapping up the story that the manga just wrapped up, which is, man, I hadn't caught up with Attack on Titan until recently because of this episode, and holy crap, it's wild. But can't really talk about that, right? All right, the second thing I wanted to talk about was Kayla. It's you.
It's me. What's up?
I want to know what you're up to, what you've got going on, and if there's anything you want people to go see that you've been working on.
I mean, like I said at the top of the show, mostly my podcast, No Dumb Answers, with Mark and Brad. Obviously, my name is not Mark or Brad. The podcast is based on a very niche joke that I made one day. And then I tricked Eric Bedore into giving me 8 episodes of a podcast. All of them are out now. It's like a half improv, half just shooting the shit type podcast. Sometimes we talk about we have a segment on there called Uninformed where I explain things that people might not know about. We've talked about on an unaired episode, like we talked about incels. One time we talked about night witches, which is a very cool night witches.
Wasn't that like the military?
Yeah.
I know about that.
I think it was World War II. It was like an all-female Air Force brigade. Really cool.
Yep.
We talk about suffragette jutsu, which is suffragettes in London all learn jujitsu in order to fight cops that tried to throw them in jail. Very fun. Yeah, very fun stuff. We also have a segment called Doom Scrolling, where I just find the most awful things I saw on Twitter that week, and in 2-minute segments, I run through them, and no one's allowed to ask questions until the end. And that includes things like the comeback of the brony cum jar trend is now popular on Twitter or on TikTok because everything is cyclical and nothing on the internet can die. And the 50-year-old man who posed as a 23-year-old woman to get bikers to follow him on Twitter. All of that and more can be explained on No Dumb Answers with Mark and Brad. You can follow us on Twitter at Ask Mark and Brad. And I think at that same askmarkandbrad@gmail.com if you want to submit any questions or just to say hi.
Oh my god, that was a really good rundown of the show.
Yeah.
Just gonna say.
Yeah, it's mostly that.
You are the sales expert, right?
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, even if you just look at the titles of the episodes, you'll see something that you like. First episode is called Oops All Lesbian. We have an episode called Joseph Stalin Girl Boss. We have an episode called Brony Liquids, obviously.
We know what that one's about.
Yeah, I know what that one's about. But yeah, it's good stuff.
Adam and Eve, everybody. Yep, this is. I think I actually have a button on my soundboard for this one. Let me see if I can. Yeah, that'll do. Anyways, free stuff is awesome, but free stuff to spice up your bedroom? Well, that's even better. Adam and Eve is the leading sex toy shop in the United States, and right now you can select almost any one item for 50% off. And then Adam and Eve, they got loads of free stuff to go along with that. So enter offer code CAST at checkout and get 10 tantalizing free gifts. They're giving 10 things away. Sorry, this is the first time I've read the ad. It's the button. That seems like a lot of stuff. But I mean, hey, more stuff for your sexy times. Sure, that's great. Anyways, a sexy item for him, a special gift for her, and a third item you'll both enjoy. And 6 free spicy movies, plus free shipping. That's CAST, C-A-S-T, offer code CAST at checkout at adamandeve.com. I would also like to say, Adam and Eve, this is the shortest and best well-written ad copy, so everybody, for that alone, just please go to Adam and Eve. You can buy yourself something to fool around with. Like, come on. Have a good time. Intercast. That'd be great. You get 10 things. That's a lot of stuff. So go do it. Thank you.
We've delved into that fan base a few times. A lot of them are
Sometimes.
actually. A lot of them
It's
are
been
very
a
nice.
while.
Yeah.
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 Yeah,
I
and
mean,
then
you know,
there's
It was weird kind of
pony
seeing
liquids.
Death
Yeah.
Battle featured on Equestria Daily all the time when we were doing those episodes.
I love
They
that.
still up?
I don't
Do
know.
they still do stuff? I
Maybe.
don't know.
I mean,
I
yeah.
doubt they posted a picture of that though.
Yeah, doubtful. I hope not. You know, as an ex Pegasister, I can appreciate the resurgence of the of the show, but not in the way that it's being done.
Uh-oh. All right. Well, that's amazing. I love it. And if you have not checked that out, if you did not check that out after Zoe was on, here's your second chance. Go do it. Come on. Oh, we'll make sure there's a link or something on this video, or on this upload. So
Awesome.
you make it easy to get to.
Yeah.
All right. Awesome, Kayla. Well, I'm very interested to see how this matchup plays out, and to see if you all have rigged this against me. So let's go to the community death battle. We're going to start this the way we always do, with your answers. So let's go ahead and bring up the answers from Twitter and see what you guys have
Dude
to
Blade
say.
X says all Raven has to do is prolong the fight until she can drag Marcy into the sun and give her wide range of spells, strength, speed, and durability. She can certainly pull that off. All right. Okay.
Just teleport her into the sun. It's over.
Mm-hmm.
All right,
next
if you
one.
have not
Most
voted
people.
yet, you're ready to vote. All right. Let's go ahead and bring up the second answer.
This one's from Marceline Abadier. If it's 2003, Raven Marceline can win. She scales above aliens that destroy planets and is capable of moving an island halfway across a galaxy and can react to said energy, giving her multi-faster than light plus speed, whatever. She also has abilities like sucking out souls, flight, invisibility, and regeneration.
Thank you, Marceline.
Island. Okay. I don't know how I feel about Marceline answering for herself.
Also,
Yeah,
she's the
but-
best.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Man, now it's time to vote.
boy.
Well, first. No, yes, okay. I got the order mixed up for just a second there. Let's go ahead and bring up the vote from Twitter after all those answers came in.
Wow.
Wow.
So the Twitter vote's pretty accurate.
I
This
thought
right-
87% for Raven.
wow.
That right there is why I did some research last night, and I think they were thinking the comic book was the one we were talking about, but you know.
Yeah. Because I feel like the debate that you guys had
Oh,
was a
clarified.
lot closer
Yeah,
than
it
that.
was a lot closer.
Well, we'll see. We'll see. So now's the time for you all to vote. So again, this is Chad, Kayla, and you all in the chat. So if you have not voted, I think it's still up. Yep, it's still up for just a little bit. So go ahead.
I mean, Brian's
and-
going to close it in just a second. So
Yeah,
He's
got
gonna close
seconds.
it. So get that vote in the next 30 seconds.
You decide.
yeah.
What is your vote?
I'm going to go with Team Suck. I'm going to go with Marceline. Also, because I want to see you disappointed in me.
Okay. We got Twitter for Raven, Chad for Team Suck. Kayla,
Yeah.
who are you siding with?
Okay. So I want to say in the first half, I'm gonna say first quarter. First quarter. I was like, yeah, no, Marceline's got it. Then you brought up a lot of really good Raven points. A lot of Raven stuff I'd had no idea about, never heard of. But then I'm sorry, once I found out that sunlight, the combination of sunlight, only feeling like a scrape, and her ability to regenerate very quickly, and how they're both technically immortal if you factor in the regeneration for Marceline and Raven's ability to just be her soul self. If I have to bring the fact that they're both immortal, I feel like means a fight would end when one of them gets tired. I'm gonna have to go Team Suck.
Yeah.
Because she can just keep sucking red until she's like not tired anymore. And there's so much red in the world, you know? And I feel like I'm gonna have to go Team Suck. I'm sorry.
Look at
What am I supposed to do on this show? All right.
Lose.
So here's the thing. It's possible that we could get a tie here.
Yeah.
Because it all depends on you all watching this live right now. Okay. Let's go ahead and bring up the live poll.
Are you nervous?
Oh.
There we
Raven
go.
wins 67%.
It's a tie.
Well, okay. It's a tie overall. But
I'm fine with that. I like Raven.
Thank you to you all for supporting me.
Yep. Ben, do you remember what we said when the last time we thought we might have a tie?
Yep. It's time for the fifth vote to finally
Which is
jump in.
RTD Brian. Make the decision.
Brian,
You just
the mastermind
had to
behind
come
this show,
to
frankly.
me.
Yep.
It's all up to you.
2-2. It comes down to Brian.
That's right.
Are you team badass or team suck? That's what this comes
I
down
mean,
to.
do I want Ben to get a win?
Just go with your heart.
Yes, you
Go with
do.
your heart.
Go with your
Yeah.
heart.
Oh, because I was going to go
whatever you're
Marceline.
into. Okay.
Brian,
So
roll the
that's
fire.
it.
Brian, roll the fire
That's
clip.
it.
Right, roll the fire clip.
Oh, God, where'd I put it?
Thank you. Thank you, Brian.
Yeah, I love this.
For jumping
This
in to solve it once and for all. Oh no.
It just goes in hula hoops and fire.
Amazing.
Well, I don't even know how to respond to this. I thought I had an easy win. It turns out I still lose.
Well, Ben, the community was on your side in every
Yeah.
way that they could have been.
That is
but,
true, and I
the rest of us
appreciate
were
that.
not.
Team suck. Well, all right, but you got me. All right, you win this time. Team suck. But next time we'll see. Oh my
Aiden
god,
is very pleased right
Yeah.
now.
I appreciate that you all in the chat did not fall for Caden's blasphemous attempt to turn the tide.
I love Caden more than I did going into this. It's wonderful.
Caden, that's amazing. Thank you so much. I love this. All right,
Poor
all right.
Ben.
Like,
Or
it's
Ben.
all in good fun. But this is great. Well, one day I will have my chance
One
for an
day.
actual win. One of these days.
Day.
It will not be one that Caden or Kayla is a part of, clearly.
I think I'm also uninvited to the show at this point. So bye, everybody.
Yeah, Billy, you're never coming back. This is your last episode. You were just
My
too
first
good.
and last.
You were clearly too good.
It was
We're
the
gonna
song
get-
at the top.
Yeah, I know. Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, that's true. That was very well debated.
I don't think we've ever had anybody do that before.
Nope.
That was a first. Like, we've always praised Liam for how like he can be so like on point with all of his information or whatnot, but like the performance aspect, I never even thought of that. That changes the ball game entirely. Yes. I think we may have rewritten how these things work.
Yeah, big bard energy going on there. Massive.
Absolutely. Oh my gosh. Okay. So we are going to close out the episode by showing the sneak peek for Blake vs. Mikasa one last time. But before we do that, Kayla, thank you so much for jumping on Death Metal Cast and for such an interesting matchup.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Listen.
Even if I personally hate it now.
Listen, it started as the lowest common denominator, and then it became, this is actually real. And I wasn't expecting that. So here we all are, you know?
That's the magic of Death Battle.
Yeah.
Yep. The more you know. All right. Thank you all for watching. If you're a first member or just watching this live and voting, thank you as well. Let's kick this off into the sneak peek and stay tuned to the Death Battle Twitter. Find out what our next community Death Battle will be. See y'all later.
Bye, everybody.
Hey! Civilians were supposed to evacuate this area hours ago! Get the hell out of here! They're coming! You deaf? I said get the hell!